Hello everyone, welcome to Community Connection. I'm Liz Brown Swanson. Today we're going to take a look at the local teen scene and efforts to keep the teens right here in our community safe and on track. And no one understands our teenagers better today than Peninsula resident who's here joining me today. Greg Allen, thank you for being here. You're Director of Freedom for You, working with teens day in and day out. Thank you for being here.
Glad to be here.
I want to start off a little bit by talking about Freedom for You and what it's all about.
Well, basically about 2002, me and some other people in the community were looking at resources that were available for our teens, and there's a lot of great programs through the schools and clubs and sports. But I grew up here, and if you talk to any kid on the Hill, they'll tell you something that maybe isn't that popular, but they'll say it's boring here, there's nothing to do. Now, obviously there's lots to do, and there's lots of great resources for kids. But we saw a gap, and there's a need for kids to have activities, things to do that they like to do, that they think are fun, that they enjoy to do. And so we kind of started this nonprofit youth organization with a goal aimed at meeting that need in the community.
And for your background, though, for the viewers watching who might not know a lot about you, your commitment to kids, where did that come from? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think, thinking about that myself, since I do so much kid stuff, I think I grew up watching my father, who was Coach George Allen, the football coach, work with young people. Because, sometimes we forget that pro athletes are very young. They're in their 20s and maybe up to 30. So kind of mentoring and guiding young people. So I think I saw some vision there to do that. And then I've always worked as a professional counselor, really, for the most part, through the schools. I've worked at all the schools in the South Bay in the 1980s, and with parents and families. And I've been a licensed marriage and family therapist since a long time, early 80s. So I've always worked with young people in one form or another, and this sort of kind of, transformed into this other community work.
And one area you focus on, of course, is chemical dependency, an issue that parents deal with teens, but you work also at Torrance Memorial.
I do.
On this critical issue.
I do. Well, I work at Torrance Memorial and at the Thelma McMillan Center for Chemical Dependency Treatment. And it's outpatient programs for adults and also adolescents. So I went there in '03 to help design the teen program. They didn't have an adolescent program. That had an adult program for a long time. It was very successful, meeting a lot of needs in the community. And they wanted to do a teen program, so I kind of went there to help design that, and I oversee that, and it's very effective. We work with kids all the way down from El Segundo, Manhattan, Redondo, Torrance, the Hill, into San Pedro, and a lot of families get a lot of help for kids that have gotten off track.
Right.
And I do experience a lot of kids getting off track, and so I know what it's like to see people that have kind of damaged their life or really damage it seriously. I mean, every 3 to 4 weeks I hear of someone actually dying from some accident or some overdose or some fight or something happening. It's just really tragic. So our kids really, are at risk. Our kids are very healthy up here, and as people look at kids on the Hill, they think, well, they have everything. They have money, they have wealth, they have comforts, and they do have a lot of economic benefits and wonderful, things. But they're at risk in a lot of other areas. They're at risk emotionally, they're at risk in their social life, and they're at risk in the decisions they make. And so there's a definite need for programs and activities to keep our kids safe and healthy.
Well, it's not easy being a teenager. We all know that. You actually you brought up 4 teenagers, right? Your youngest now is 23. What is the secret to keeping our teenagers safe and on track? And how do you do that with Freedom for You?
Well, I think there's no definite secret, because some of the best parents who have done all the right things, their kids can still choose to make a left turn and not go in a healthy direction. But at the same time, there's certain principles that are really effective, and we do a lot of parenting things through Freedom for You. We have life skills programs for boys and for girls to help them with decision making and choices, and we also have school-based counseling that's happening in both high schools and in middle schools. So we have counselors helping kids there that are struggling. But one thing that happens with parents is when your kids are little, you supervise them a lot. When they're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when they get older into the teen years, we kind of stop supervising them because we think they can manage their life, which they kind of can, and they kind of want to be on their own more, which is good. But then the kids that get into trouble, a lot of times the parents don't know what they're doing. So I hate to expose all our wonderful teenagers, but there's quite a secret world going on that adults don't know about. And the kids that I've seen that get into trouble, their parents don't know about it, and they're into it for many, many months, of whether it's excessive drinking or drug use, or other risky behavior, and they're not aware of what's happening. And so staying connected to your kids in the teen years, doing activities together as families, even eating together, is important, and communicating. But communicating for adults, sometimes we forget it's listening.
Right. Now, we talked about supervision being key, and one thing you're doing through your organization, your nonprofit, is with the Annex,
yes,
which is right next to the main library.
Right.
And of course, I met you there, and it's amazing what's going on there, to have the safe, supervised opportunity for kids to do lots of fun things. The Annex opened, what, now it's been 2 years?
Yeah, September 2006. The Annex is a partnership with the Palos Verdes Library District. The Library District really helped lead the way to help the Annex happen. And we came along and joined together and shared in the cost and the staffing and the programs there. So it's a great after-school program, after-school needs, and it's the highest risk time for kids is after school, say 3 to 6 o'clock across the country, really, and it's the same here. Right. And so it's meeting that need. There's a lot of kids that are piling in there and having fun and doing safe, constructive things. Right.
There was a lot of fun going on when I was there, so I want to take a quick break, share with our viewers some interviews we had with the teens that are using the Annex and parents that are so thankful that it's there. Let's have a listen.
It's just a great place to come and hang out and have fun with all my friends, and then just do some homework.
And what are some of your favorite things to do once you're here?
First, I just start playing video games, like playing Super Smash Bros. Or Rock Band.
Is this like considered a cool place to come, or?
Yeah, a lot of kids at my school like to come.
After school, the kids can come here and they can go to classes. They can actually do knitting classes. They have computers in here. There's staff available for the children and for just the kids to come and do some homework, and it's a safe place for the kids to come. I think it's keeping them active and keeping the parents involved, and this is one way to do it, to know that the kids can come here after school and they're actually participating and actively involved in something that's benefiting them. Kind of comforting for the parents to have that.
Well, it's a place for the kids to go. There's really no place else on the hill for the kids to go and make a little noise. If they go to the library, they're inconveniencing the other patrons that want to use the library for study and whatnot. And this is a nice outlet. It's a wholesome environment. The people that work here are fantastic. Great with the kids. They're exposed to things that they wouldn't normally be exposed to. We have video games at home. I can purchase these video games at home, but they're by themselves. This way they get to socialize with other kids doing the same things that they like to do. They have a lot of fun here, and so if they're having fun here, they're not going to want to hopefully look someplace else for fun. Again, there's supervision here. I do see a number of high schoolers here, and it's a good thing.